Hi everyone, Vlad here for another video. Today's video is going to be a special one because I got one of my attainable dream cars. I think for every car enthusiast, everybody has at least 5 cars in that list. For me, the Maserati, the GranTurismo, was definitely in the top 5. So if you guys have been following my YouTube page, you know I'm a big car geek, so anything that relates to cars, I'm just in love with it. And before that I had a Porsche came in 2014, and before that I did a review of the Infiniti G37, and I was really sad to say that I sold it just about 2 weeks ago. But the good news is that I got this Maserati GranTurismo 2012, and I got it for an amazing price. The thing with this car is that it's an iconic car, just the way you look at it. I mean, it's 2012, but even now in 2018, the shape still remains the same. With the big wheels, that big V8 engine, that's 4.7, and it's arguably one of the best sounding engines in the whole car industry. The way they tune that engine, I don't know what they've done, these Italian guys, but it just sounds amazing. So I'll just take you on a little tour with the car. I've had it now for a month, so it's going to be kind of a 1-month review. I'll give you basically a tour of the interior, the exterior. We'll take it also on the road, and I'll talk to you a little more about it. So all in all, it's an amazing package. And the way, you know, to think about it, in 2012 this car was worth 150,000 USD, and now I'll tell you the price at the end of this video if you guys stay tuned. But it's just a dream car, and I think to own it in a place as awesome as Dubai is just a dream car for myself. A tour of the elements of the exterior. As I told you, it's a very iconic shape. Everybody knows the shape of the Maserati when you see one, the GranTurismo especially. You know, if you start from the front, you have those air openings that are actually functional as well as design-wise. It's just a nice little element. And also this version, particular version, is a carbon fiber version. There's about 5 carbon fiber editions. The one I got was basically the carbon fiber, these guys, I don't have the name on top of my head. You have the carbon fiber door panels, and you also have the carbon fiber spoiler at the end. So there's a lot of other elements you could have carbon fiber, but the previous owner had it that way. Also, now that we're at the back, it has parking sensors at the back, and also the quad exhausts. The difference, I try to really look into it, what's the difference, because some Maseratis have the quad exhaust and some Maserati have the single dual exhaust. And actually in the GranTurismo Auto, GranTurismo S, they all come standard with a quad exhaust. But the previous edition, the 2009 version, actually come with a single exhaust. So it's kind of a bit confusing, but this one is a GranTurismo S Auto. So it's not the Sports, it's not the MC, it's just named GranTurismo S. So if you come around again here, the whole line of the car is just really awesome, and it's just a very Italian design. And you obviously have the badge here, reminding you it's Maserati, and just the big wheel at the back, blacked out with the red calipers as well. So again, like I told you, this is the carbon fiber one. So you can go around, all the way around, and then you get to the bonnet, which is again the iconic Maserati with the trident, and the blue badge here, the trident at the bottom. So yeah, this gives us great shape. I think arguably one of the best looking cars out there. Alright guys, so right now we're inside the Maserati GranTurismo, so I'll just tell you all about the interior features. So this one is basically the brown interior. I don't know the exact name of it, but some Maserati that I've seen before I actually purchased this one, they had this bright red Maserati. It's kind of nice, but I just feel that that's the type of color that you would get tired of it very quickly, and at resale value I don't think it's a great option to have. And it's also a color that screams at you all the time, so it kind of pushes you to drive in faster. I don't know if that's just me, but I just feel that this combination with the brown and the white exterior just is really the right one. Also, the Porsche came in I had before, I also had the brown, the similar brown in this, and I just think it's a hit with the Maserati. So in terms of options, funny enough, it has less option than the Infiniti G37 I had. So it doesn't have the rear backup camera because they only made it mandatory by law in 2018. So even though the Maseratis from 2009 until 2017 doesn't have a backup camera, it also has this feature here. It's still a phone, so that's a feature that I still don't understand why it's still in those Maseratis, because nobody ever uses this ever. It's not a touch screen, it's a regular LCD screen. But in terms of functionality, it's not a 10 on 10 for sure, but at the end of the day, you don't buy a Maserati because you want AM FM radio. You buy it for a driving experience of it. It has cruise control, not adaptive cruise control, obviously the paddle shift up and down, and the magic of this car really happens when you click the sports button. So basically when you click this button, starting at 3000 RPM, there's a valve that opens, and you really hear that iconic Maserati sound, that sound that you can hear from basically anywhere. It's a sound that just makes that V8 growl, it crackles and pops, but it's so natural, it's so basically the Maserati sound. Even in the Quattroporte you get the same sound. Even in the Ghibli, maybe a bit less, but in that V8 it just sounds amazing. So I'm always basically driving it in sports mode. Also, if you drive it into manual mode, the valve is always open, so you always hear that crackling and popping sound. Basically, there's leather everywhere. It smells amazing in there. It's a great place to be. The ride, again, is not too firm, not too sporty, but we'll go more in detail about that when I'll take it out on the road for you guys. So that's pretty much it. This one doesn't also have the memory seat. It's an option that the previous owner didn't have it. Obviously, it has electric seats, but it's not, to be honest, it's not the most packed options in a car, surprisingly. So once again, you don't buy it for the options, you buy it for the way it looks, the way it drives. So let's go take it for a spin. Alright guys, so this is the part of the video where we're gonna take it out on the road. Sorry if it's a bit bumpy, but we'll try to keep that as at a minimum. So this car can be either driven like a Grand Touring, like it's supposed to be driven, like the name says. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a car that seats four person. So it's not a car that will be always aggressive and always basically throwing you around in corners. It can be if you want to, and I'll definitely show you the both options, but it's just a car that's stable at all speeds, whether you're going 40 kilometers an hour or whether you're going 160 kilometers an hour. It's always a car that you feel in control. It's definitely a car that you feel that is quite heavy, but in the sense heavy that it's very, very well planted. It's a car that makes you a better driver than you actually are. The one thing you have to avoid though is to take those speed bumps extremely slow, because the car is definitely a low car, and that took me a bit of a while to get adjusted to, but you have to take them basically like this, like obnoxiously slow. So right now we're not in sports mode, so you probably can't really hear the engine, but the fun really starts when you're on the highway and then you click the sports button, and then you can really hear that engine growling at 3000 RPM, which I'm hitting right now. So right now we're not really in speeding ticket territory, but it gets to that place very, very fast. So right now we're on the highway, if you want to have a look at where we're heading. So right now we're in sports mode, close to 100 kilometers an hour, and it's just a great place to be. The interior feels amazing. The seats, they bolster you quite well. Not too much. It doesn't feel, like I said, too much like a sports car. Like I said, in the Porsche Cayman, there were sports seats, so you always felt like you were kind of in a race. With this car, it's just enjoy it for the ride. And if you want to have extra little fun, you press that sports button, and then you can really go for it. It's a great car to be in, and it's a car that will basically get you tickets if you let it push you around corners, and if you really want to push it hard. So speaking of which, I actually got my first one last week, so yeah. So now I gotta take it a bit easy. We're gonna go in manual mode to make you hear the engine, try to make you hear the engine a bit more. So we're gonna go in second gear. So now we're at 5,000 RPM, 6,000. So now we're in third gear, so the valves are open at all times. So we'll just try to get that guy to move a bit. We're in third gear still. So we're just gonna overtake him. Third gear, fourth gear. So, you know, you could do this all day. So even the downshift, fourth gear, third gear, to second gear. So since I've owned the car, I never really redlined it, because even if I go to 5,000 or 6,000 RPM, I think there's plenty of fun to be had. But we'll try it for the purpose of this video to really make you hear the engine, make you feel the acceleration. So let's enjoy that V8. So now we're in first gear. We're gonna switch switch at 5,000 RPM, 5,000, now we're third gear, fourth gear, and now we're a bit in the dangerous territory, so we'll take it slow. Fourth gear, downshifting to third, downshifting to second. So yeah, this is the fun of the V8. This is something, like I said, if you're a car enthusiast, you have to experience one day. Yeah, I don't know what to say, because it's just so much fun. You can literally do this all day. I try to find any excuse I can to just go to the corner shop and buy something, just to be in the car itself. So yeah, hope you guys like this in-depth review of the car. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you share the same thoughts that I have with this car in terms of its iconic look, its performance, the interior and all that stuff. And let me know what your dream cars are, you know, your top 5. I'm definitely curious to know. I know in the previous videos that I've done about cars, it was quite a good response. We got lots of views on that one, lots of comments. So I know there's a lot of people watching out there that are definitely the same car enthusiast as me. So definitely leave a comment down there, give it a like if you enjoyed this video, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.